Get a little bit of 14 in before Mac wants to play some Fortnite. Get the chat up. Make sure mic's working, which it is. Webcam. Not sure if this even stays focused, but we should focus it more. Pretend like we're doing a good thing. Tried to play Final Fantasy 11 again and couldn't find groups. Yep. The overall picture has grown clearer, but that's in spite of the forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may. His father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family. Come on. Elfino, Alice, it is you. When I heard you been dragged before the forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I am so very glad they allowed you to stay. Who's this, their mother? Oh yeah. Oh, mother's banging. Emilians, Livia, at your service. And you fine. People must be the souls of the seventh dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. If word reaches father that you were here. Oh, bother that. I am to be chastied for speaking with my own children. I am well aware that you and Master Fortunel, I don't think it's like Fortunelt, because it's everything. They're like all French names. Fortunel, it's like Fortunel. I'm not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come to buy the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. Timing couldn't be better. As matter stands, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We'll be back to the NX when you are ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Grimortal, what do you think? Grimortal, the Grimortal Dread. That is I. What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Must be quick about it, not by my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Grimortal, if you would be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed, mother. Matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. You weren't invited. Aha! I shall have tea and crumpets without you. My mother is one to take for no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved, even to see her in such high spirits. What do say you, Grimortal? It seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it. Will you accompany us on our visit home? Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. Be sure to stay in entrance hall. No peeking with our private chambers. Thank you very much. why ever not? Your room's was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys. I mean, never mind. The livery estate is that way. Straight down the stairs. Oh, we've only passed your house like several times. When I was anywhere little, the bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or a servant is always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And I look at us traveling to different continents. Different worlds, even. Okay, goodbye. All the food went off. As children, Elphinoa and I would often wait here for father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. Wow. So he does have a heart. And you are at last. Please do come in. Creepy. Yeah, I'll just stand there waiting. Everyone get into position, quick! She's coming back. Or did they stand there the whole time? How long do you think it'd be this time? A few hours. We mustn't move until she arrives, and we must all bow in sync. Where are you coming at? House Libya in all its grandeur. Sign headquarters must seem squalid indeed. Just admire the craftsmanship. Well, it's probably what you are. Mina? Lord Fanshawe is not here of this visit. Fortunate. Lord Fortunate is not here of this visit. Mina? Camarera. I should also like the children to have the gifts. My husband makes this return. Sumimasen. わかりました。アルフィナ様、アリゼ様、どうぞ2階の方へ。では少し行ってくるよ。どうぞ。Twins have been sending letters home from time to time recounting their latest adventures. I'm sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. All the same, in the early days, especially I tried to support them as best I could, sending the science coin and others such donations. steadfast companion. Fasted I am.
一緒に二人を待ちましょうか。お茶もお出しできなくて申し訳ないけれど、よければ待つ間にいろいろお話を聞かせていただける？
Whatever you two put last there. These are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we wait my children return? So I dismiss me with a tale or two of your exploits. There you go. Oh yeah, it looks so much better.
戻ったわよ。一体何を渡されるのかって思ってたんだけど。
Oh, new clothes.
お母様。
お母様。お母様。
よかった。ぴったりだわ。あなたのお気に入りはそういう服でよかったかしら？
うん。すごくいい。最高よ。けど、アルフィノとお揃いにはしてない？
もちろん。あなたもアルフィノも。
The hell is that?
お揃いの服を着ていた頃もとびきり可愛かったけど、今はそれぞれに似合いの服があるものね。ほら。
お母様、ありがとうございます。とても着心地が良くて実用的だ。
Eminently practical.
気に入ってもらえて嬉しいわ。実はその服と合わせてもう一つ渡したいものがあるの。
They went with a more purple hue than blue.
アルフィノ様、お背中失礼いたします。
So he's gonna go from a scholar to a what do you call it? I forget what those are. Sage. Yeah, oh yeah, I knew that. Ugh, they belong to your father. Ugh.
あの人、今では机にかじりついているけれど、学生の頃はフィールドワークもしたのよ。その剣具で戦いもしたし、自分や仲間の傷を癒したりもした。あなたたちが身を投じているような本格的な戦いではないかもしれないけれど、意見がすれ違っている今だからこそ、それを知っておいてほしくて、倉庫から引っ張り出してきたの。それに、ほら、ルベユール家が特注したものなら間違いなく上等品でしょ。扱いが難しいとは聞いているけれど、たくさんの経験を積んできたあなたならきっと使いこなせるはず。
Ice cream gal. Arigato. Hi. Aplum. That's interesting. Aplum. Self-confidence and assurance, especially when in demanding situation.
Aplomb.
Aplum. Doing alright. I was trying to get some Final Fantasy XI groups going, but ain't nobody really on.
その英知がどうかあなたたちを守りますよ。そしていつかお父様と分かり合ってまた気兼ねなくこの家に帰ってきてね。
Okay. No.
はい、必ず。
さて、私から遅れるのもあとは助言くらいかしら。まず、藤野さんは昔から真面目な人だったけど、議員としての活動に心血を注ぐようになったのはあなたたちが生まれてから。
Oh, after, yeah, that's nice. He didn't care much about his work until we were born. How wonderful.
私も哲学者議会の事情は聞いていないけれど、あの人のことだもん。それからもう一
Oops.
つ。
I may not know the forum's inner workings, but I know your father. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words.
ミセちゃん
I
が
better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions after they cannot be undone.
もうお母様ったら
You're a goon. You're a goon. You're a
助
goon.
言ありがとうございます。では、行ってきます。
Ikitakimasu.
はい、いってらっしゃい。体には気をつけて。皆さんと仲良くね。
Man, you can't just push around on everything. That's not how things work. You come right back. He's all riled up. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, it's back. Mm. Bro, I wanted to check out their bedrooms. Let me back in. Oh, you can. Oh, let's go. Glumbo chumbo. Not gonna let me in anything else though, huh? Don't scratch that. Why don't they let you go into like one of their bedrooms? That would have been funny. Shame. Missed opportunity. enjoyed your time with the Liviers. I hope I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. Only hope it can help them to reconcile with their father and that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Heidelin is sure to guide us going forward. Come to that once you've scouted out the situation with Avner, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. That's it. Yeah, on the keyboard again, buddy. You can't do that. You're so cute, but you can't do that. Why did it not give me another quest? And that I do not have one. What? Why wouldn't they have given me one? Ichiwasoi. Maybe there's something wrong when I was in here. It was supposed to show it, but it's not. What a pure hubris. After all, we are merely on the outskirts of what is essentially a family affair. No, it's just usually when people ask me how my stream's going, they follow it up with, do I want to purchase any overlays or commissions, and I don't. So it's usually some bot activity or scams. Or can you have my Discord or something? No, I do not. They didn't give me a main story. Well, it's just usually like it's the same opening for everyone that ends up asking. It's like, how's it going? What games do you play? Where are you from? How's your stream going? And then after those main questions, then it's like, hey, you want to buy some overlays? Hey, man, I got some overlays. Or add me on Discord, where I'll then ask you to buy overlays. Why didn't they give me a quest? Because you need 3 concurrent viewers. After all the videos you post, you need 3 concurrent. I think it's 3, and I don't have. You basically need 3 people watching your stream at all times, like, and I haven't hit that yet. I've hit everything else, which means you need, like, you know, probably a dozen people like popping in and out to average that or something. Because I only average 1. Not quite there yet. Just because I have 100 some followers on Twitch, and but half of them are bots. So it's like it's like botflation. I'm not interested in overlays. Why did they not? I turned in a quest and they didn't give me a new one. That is very odd. You know, I think I know why. Because this was a 2-part quest. I could have done a second one. I think it was down at the docks. Actually, I don't even think it was. I don't even think it was Charlene. Let's see. Let's go back to Thavner. They did mention Thavner. So this must be where the main quest. Because I think I have also the that was one storyline, but the other storyline here it is, is to go with this group. The Matsia fellow you were helping. He's Arcasadora, is he not? Apparently it's almost exclusively these people that are being kidnapped should be traveling alone. I don't really art much either. If something is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arcasadora would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We better go after him. Akiali lies to the west, as they're called, the same direction as Creel's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Yeah. House of Divinities. Oh, it's not too far off. You do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Ooh, it's a big angry looking elephant there. No, no, leave me alone. Help, somebody help. That's his voice, and it came from the north. We ride. To self, changing this action to Harvest Moon. Cast time is instantly used outside of battle. So I need to be using that to prep my first attack. So that I go into the battle with it. I forgot that was a thing. Where did they go? Why are you here? They're dead. I killed them. I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me. I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. Then those men came. Kidnappers were heard that the Oxidora were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know, the ocean all we have. I see that's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. Are we not all alone? A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I am afraid. I have no idea what they are, but I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. Does the tower? For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities, they're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's face so twisted in grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with the false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've gone this way to save us? Really? I think I had you peddling fish. To think I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I am a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do so. So please come to our village. We're good, God-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge and fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay visit to Akiali? Yes, quite. Alert. Wonderful, just follow the road west and down the hill. Through the hill. To grandmother's house you go. You can't miss it. So 'tis the simulacra of the Favnarian gods that are being summoned. If any dub exists before, there could be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. Ooh, yeah. Pray that we're able to save them. Now indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like it's not. As you said, we do well to study the religious traditions to Akiali. They're like in the fucking walls, like the one cutscene. Flight path. Welcome to Akiali, my friend. The name means white beach. Ooh. And there isn't much here save that, but please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga, and old Hasveda. They're free at the moment, as it happens. Wow, it really brings the beach out. It's way bigger. Poof, look how big the sun is. We should know about our gods. What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to do better people and live better lives. What the hell? What are you doing? Interested in learning about our gods, you say. That's what I like to hear. Pick up your... Sorry, one second. The cats are getting into a bucket. Leave the bucket alone. Interested in learning about our gods, you say. What's it like? That's what I like to hear. Pick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manusia and the Murga, deities who, like men and beasts, respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusia, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusia coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. So you have men with beast heads and beasts with men heads. Not sure how that sounds silly. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusia have worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. Oh. That's almost the same thing then. If you had an animal body with or a human body with an animal head, a human body with a human head and an animal body with an animal head, and then you put an animal head on the human body, and you're not putting the head of the human on the animal, they keep the head, instead you're putting the limbs, it's like they would both just be humans with animal heads. So I'm wondering how they're going to depict the two. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were off talking to the others, I remember something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go fetch it from my home at once. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll, which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. They are Manusia. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The sister one is the eldest, Kandaruva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sandaruva, as a goddess of wealth. She counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mindaruva, the younger sibling. She presides over the crafts and is beloved by weavers. Wisdom trading craft. Although each worship for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Manusia, the deities of the Orzia preside over myriad aspects of life, and what of the Murga, if I may ask? The Mega hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gasha. Hello, Mr. Ashpuni. How's it going, me boy? Akasha's head, and he's venerated as the progenitor of the Akasadora. And then there are dragons. They accompany a special place in our history. We worship dragons too? So that an ancestor of the satrap, thus the ruler of Rods, Athan, forged a covenant with the dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legends hold that if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon Alale will fly to his aid. Pretty good, pretty good. Finally got some time off. I worked way too much the other week. Just got burnt out because I worked like 12 days in a row. Well, it was like 10 days in a row out of 12 or something like that. Too much. But I took yesterday off for work, and then I got a week that I take off. No, I haven't been affiliated yet. Slow-mo. I thought I turned slow mode off a few times already. I swear. Where is it? Moderation, I think, actually. No. You're not a mod. You have no power here. Where do you, I mean, I don't know. Where is it? I thought I turned this off already the last time. Stop bad users, moderator to the chat. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Latency mode, low latency, best for new, copyright. Audio warnings, store power, previous podcast, blah blah blah. Clip visibility, the views, upload clips. In the chat? I mean, do I have to do that every time? Maybe that's why. Oh, this is why I'm not affiliate. Minimum of 3 average viewers on 4 different days. 0. Got everything else though. Still, again. Yeah, that does say it right there. It didn't work. Slow off, not slow mode. Slow mode for this room. There you are. Yay! It's funny, it has since acted as the guardian deity of this dragon will fly to say, blah blah blah. Dragon ally. Spam, 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 spam. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve well in our efforts to deal with the tower. Max should be waking up in like an hour-ish. What time is it? Like less than 2 hours, I would say. Oh, head to bed. Oh. I was gonna say, yeah, we'll be Fortniting up soon, but you have a good night, my son, and get some sleep. I believe it's time we sought out Creel's acquaintance, an alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Creel's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Oh, I just got a craving for Chinese food. Woldoa, Woldoa. You go into the Hana, oh, how I admit you, she's brilliant and beautiful, kind of understand. I say she's beautiful. I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day, and those eyes, when you meet her, take her, you don't drown in them. I'm sure she is very attractive. Ah! I'm not used to things actually attacking me. Dude, you wanna go, bro? I'll fuck you up. Bro, everyone's fucking dead. What the fuck? No, those beautiful eyes.
こいつは一体どういうことだ。装いは錬金術師に見えるな。外傷はない。毒を受けたわけでもなさそうだ。つまり眠っているだけと。そうなるな。恋か事故かはわからないが。
ああ、お客様ですね。すみません。みんな徹夜続きで心配だったみたいで。僕はバルシャン。ラザハン大使に仕えるものです。ちょうど彼らを起こしに来たところなので、お任せください。
ください。This kid look fucking evil as shit.
皆さん、新たな鱗を持ってきました。
新しい鱗来たの
Oh, you shed a bunch of druggies or something.
ええ、お待たせしてしまいましたが、追加の鱗をこちらに。
おお、確かに。これで研究の続きができる。
ありがたい。
私にも。
今のは竜の鱗か。
ええ、彼らに進めてもらっている研究に必要なんです。
その通り。私たちはいただいた大いなる竜の鱗とラザハン錬金術の英知を持って必ず完成させる。
Wow, look at those eyes. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, splurge.
あれ、その様子だと もしかしてバルシャンの付き添いじゃないの？君たち一体どちら様？
Voice doesn't quite fit the build.
じゃあ君がクルルちゃんの紹介で来てくれた光のカバを持つ人なのね。
おお、なんて日だ。マグシンに感謝を。
いい風向きだ。ついに完成する。そんな気がする。
本当だね。ちょっと寝て頭もすっきりしたし。
竜の鱗はどうやって手に入れた？
意外ですね。それを気になさるとは。ご心配なく。あれは大使が正当な契約を持って竜から譲り受けたものです。
I am actually quite concerned.
そうか。なる。もしかして竜に
What the
詳しい
fuck?
人？
この槍を覆ってるの凝固した流血じゃないか。
ねえ、あなた自身も流血を浴びたりしてない？だとしたら採血させてほしいな。
おい待て、何を？よし確保。俺たちの仕事場にご招待だ。やめろ、押すな、引っ張るな。
大事な仲間をごめんね。鱗と君たちが来てくれたものだから、みんなちょっと興奮してるかも。けど貴重なサンプルなら悪いようにはしないはず。私たちはその間に奥の部屋で話そっか。改めて、私は錬金術師のニッターナ。今回の研究には国中の工房が参加してるんだけど、ここデミールの異列教でのまとめ役をしてるの。しばらくの間よろしくね。それじゃあみんなでついてきて。
Talk about Porter. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Creel herself is tied up with another investigation, Corbordo is an eminently capable substitute. Eminently. To a notable degree, very eminently. Almost like eminently. And we will spare no effort to aid you, so if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of aether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar and are powerless to deal with any consequential way in order to strike back. The satrap bade us, alchemists, create enchanted talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower even should they lack innate protection Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales prove the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. So we'll be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light will come in. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly is it that you need me to do better than having my blood drawn, I suppose? Perhaps so, and knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. But as for your task, goddamn, they want his semen. We ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence, and so for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Inriandra and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful, seeing as you all work to the point of collapse. Suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you're ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the great work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I'll meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. What do you want from me? Was there a way up from here that I missed? I just go around a long way? Oh, right here. Hope you didn't have trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not at all. Are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many of sleepless nights, the drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering, taking inspiration from the tradition. We created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of aether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin when you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Oh, hello, Charlotte. Talker is preoccupied. Charlotte. Ready in either. Please stand back. I'm not supposed to stand back, I thought. Ready in either. What? What? Ready to discharge. Test the subject. You were struck by a powerful blast of aether but suffered no ill effects. Suffered has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirm. Resuming test. Please follow. Wow. Wow. Discharged all over me. But suffer no ill effects. Resume testing, please. Follow. Wow, it's the tower. Percent appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Yay! Subject fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Embrace final discharge. You were struck by the strongest blast of either yet, but survived completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humor. You've returned and not on your knees, a promising sign, but come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Having exhausted all of its aether, the drunken Deepa is now having a well-earned rest. Thank you. I shall replenish its aether for when we test the talisman. So no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort. You're feeling perfectly fine. Yes, yes. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There's no risk that the tower will corrupt your aether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Arxadora travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as an escort? I will compensate you for your troubles, of course. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's footsteps. It is situated in the road which run east of the Great Work. Did I collect the teleport? The crystal? I'm not sure, quite sure if I did. Aww. I did. Okay, we're gonna go. We'll come right back. We're gonna go gamble. For our daily gold saucer stuff. There's the 9. So we need 1, 2, and 3. Can't get it this way. And we can't get it this way. But we might as well try to see if the 7's with it. It's not. So it's not this way. And it's not this way. So we might as well see if it could be this way or this way. There's the 1. So it's not this way. Might as well go this way. Oh, we could have a jackpot here. We don't. Shit. There was no first or second. So it's not a loss if it's not there. There's the 9. There's the 3. There's the 2. There's the 5. So we might as well guess this way to hopefully get the second highest, which isn't there. So the first and second once again was not a thing. There's a 4. So we don't want to go this way or this way. Or this way. There's the 2. 7. We want to go this way to see if this is a 9. It's a 6. So the highest could be here. It's not. They're okay. No jackpots. Pretty lame. We did what we could. Back to whence we came. I may be simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Grimauto! Light work. That gave me a fright to think at the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You're all right, I hope. Good, good. Let's continue on. That it isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. And here we are, Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. Happy benefit of this and that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but it's better safer than sorry.
そう、あれがラザハンの都よ。残念ながら塔ができてからは限界態勢に入ってるけどね。みんなきっと不安に思いながら閉じこもってる。商いも難しい状態だって聞くし、大主様もさぞ苦労なさってるんじゃないかな。どんな、そうだね。ラザハンにおいて一番重要な人かな。大昔この島には2羽のマタンガが暮らしていたの。ガジャースラ族と私たちアルカソーダラ族ね。そのうちに大陸からアウラ族が渡ってきてアルカソーダラ族と手を結んだ。 そして対立していたガジャースラ族を放逐したの。以降しばらくは平和と繁栄の時代が続いたんだけど、今度は大陸に住んでいたヒューラン族の一団がこの島を乗っ取ろうとやってきたんだ。その時に戦いを仲裁し、一つの国にまとめ上げたのが大主様のご先祖にあたるお方よ。以来途絶えることなくその一族が大使を務めてるの。基本的には国を民に任せつつ、問題が起きたら解決に手を貸してくれるって感じかな。
Why are their trunks so small? They should have made them a little longer, I feel like.
大主様がいてくれる安心感がラザハンを発展させてきたんじゃないかって思うんだ。
Because their bellies are so big, they would have went inside their bellies, probably, because they don't have physics. Or... No, it looks like it wouldn't.
だからこそ信じて依頼してくれた大主様のために、
I feel like they should have at least made them like down to
この
here.
島に住むみんなのためにどうにか成果を出さなくちゃ。
土台の方はどうなってる？比率を調節するって言ってただろう。
Oh,
はてさて、
Pan
この様
Daniel.
子を見に来てみれば、エーテル放射を遮断するゴフナンズを作っていようとは、遠い昔にも同じような試みを提案された気がしますが、何でしたっけ、あの男。おえん？もう古い記憶ですからね。体も変わりましたし、いちいち覚えてられないですよ。しかし、立場上そんな便利道具を完成させられては困るものの、この程度の知識と技術でどうしようというのか、見物といえば見物なんですよね。私の佐賀と申しますが、何と申しますか、忌々しいこと極まりないですが、こればかりは魂にも性分があるって話かもしれませんね。
No, 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 no. As applications of many disciplines, look me not least of all the quarry where it's found, aptly named a giant skull. Grounds isn't far away, so it shouldn't make much of your time. Maybe impose on you once more. Thank you. Upon arriving to the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenua. He will finish you with the ore. Finish you. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. Hell no. Don't trust this little kid. Our hums at third grade Borrow, the creatures look familiar just because they close kin to yours in dodos. Have long been kept as livestock in Thavnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost we set forth at your word. Now let us depart. You need only ride and relax, my bird, and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Holy shit. That's supposed to be a sword. Straddles a small isle. Almost there, though the main part of the hatchery is at the top of the cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. Man, the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Well, we should. Who should it be but young Varshan on an errand for the satrap? His Excellency bade me come to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor, too, often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over. I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may be now be, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of his excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith is the satrap is unwavering, but still, I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nabdeen. Thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish, by the look of her. Permit me to introduce Grimodal Dread of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? I suggested you exchange information with our soldiers. Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of us are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. You two, bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions you may have. I have heard about you, the visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telephora? We know that there were ones behind the tower and that they've declared the war on the whole world, but why are they doing this? What is it they want? This we don't understand. Nerdite! What's up, dude? What, they want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? We can bet that we won't. Tried playing some Final Fantasy 11 again, but there weren't no groups again. Even it was like 8 p.m. when I went on. You can bet that we won't let the bastards have their way. We'll fight with them and everything we have. But the tower, to be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. The Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Nurinair. Stay from its influence at this distance, but too far into the water and you'll expose yourself into the corrupting aether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are you dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique, then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they are ready. What's BCNM? What is that? What's that stand for? You guys may have yet properly introduced our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, but it's patrolling the streets of dealing with hereout for unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fields from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on 2 occasions, they came in force. We had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? They most certainly do. So much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for the outside aid to be answered. When you speak about the soldiers that view, I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub, both Rads Atan ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, the stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Were you not to pass it straightforward, you needn't but follow the road east. Upon Hamza, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together till we meet again. Okay, the kid seems a little less scary as he did in the beginning. Mount the Hamza. Straightforward, that's a little ways away. go spawned as if I have to fight them. I'm totally not gonna do that if I don't have to. Nope. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than Hamza dashes off. Hey, this is indeed the Giant Skull grounds, and I am Zaynua. Is there something you require? Giant Skull for the alchemists, you say, but of course they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Here you are, a sack of the purest giant skull. We always get some aside for our alchemist friends. Set some aside. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Welcome back, Romero. There, I hope you have the giant skull. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing out more rigorous tests. When it's ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can.
お前の方も一区切りついたみたいだな。ここの錬金術師たちには舌を巻く。絶対に呉服を完成させようっていう気迫はすごいもんだ。俺はそっちの方面には明るくないが、あの様子からすると間もなく形になるんじゃないか。
そうでないととんだくたびれ損だ。
They ravaged him.
エオルゼアや東方、そしてここサベネアの地でも人々はこうして脅威を退けんと尽力しています。されどその脅威をもたらしているテロフォロイもいかな力を扱うので同じく人でありましょう。生を望み明日をつながんとする人と死を歌い終わりを求める人がせめぎ合って、まるでこの戦いをもって問うているかのようです。人という種は生きていけるのかと。お前らしい。事実そういう戦いなんだとしたら勝敗は紙一重になるかもしれないな。周りを巻き込んで傷つけて苦しませて死にたい。ファダニエルの願望は到底認められるものじゃない。だが誰だってそこの底にいるときは似たようなことを思ったことがあるんじゃないか。 何もかもが疎ましくなって、どんな慰めも胸に届かない夜がある。それをどうにか飲み下して生きちゃいるが、
うまくやり過ごせない時もある。生地知性のある種族ほど
Shit's
復
deep.
讐なんてものも結局はそれと同じことだ。相手が絞られてるってだけで苦しみの沼の底で他人にも破滅を願うわけだからな。
そういうことだ。必ずしも生きるという意志が勝つわけじゃないし、逆もしかり。そのせめぎ合いは大抵過酷で際どいものだ。なるほど。では私は人がかろうじて生きるに足ることを願いましょう。同意見だ。まあ一人きりじゃないなら勝率も上がるさ。復讐の竜騎士だって。だから今ここにいるんだろ。どうかしたのか。ファダニエルに似たやつを見た。本物だとしたら厄介だな。党への対策を講じてることに感づいたのかもしれない。
おお、耐え切ったぞ。じゃあこれで。
ああ、完成だ。
ねえ見て、ついに試験に耐えられるだけの護符ができたの。名付けて5本の霊輪。持ち主をエーテル放射による精神汚染から守ってくれるんだ。
素晴らしい。これで皆が党に近づけるようになる。まさしく歴史を変える発明となるでしょう。
But can it be mass produced?
でも褒めてもらうのは本番も成功させてからでないとね。君に来てもらったのはこの時のため。私と一緒にゾットの塔の前まで行ってほしいの。霊輪が十分な効果を発揮すれば何も問題はないはず。もしダメで私が精神汚染を受けたら、ありがとう。来てくれたのが君でよかったよ。
リターナ。
リターナ。
いいの？
It's alright, we know how to cure her, so it wouldn't be that detrimental.
自分たちの作ったものをまずは自分で信じないと。曲がりなりにもまとめ役ならなおさらでしょ。だけどもし失敗したら、その経験をどうか次に私たちの錬金術にかけて約束よ。
お前たちが出てる間、イレツ教は見張っておく。ファダニエルが来ているとしてどこに仕掛けてくるかわからないからな。そっちも十分注意しろよ。
れじゃ行きましょうか。牧場跡にいる兵士さんに船を用意してもらうから、準備ができたら北の海岸に来て。
10:30 p.m. Should probably call it for now. Where I can eat and oh, that's what I should do. And little card person up there. And be ready for Fortnite. So I shall be back probably within the hour for some Fortnite. Johnny, ta-ta for now.